This is my gaming setup from 8 years ago. Yep, 8 years ago. And this is my gaming setup as of right now in 2025. And as you can see, I've came a long way, and I didn't just turn nothing into something overnight. I had to slowly evolve my gaming setup. So let's take a look at my 8-year transformation journey, and let's see how I got here. Alright guys, so we had the first setup right here, as you can see, and this was back in like 2017. I was probably around 9 years old. As you can see, I'm literally playing WWE 2K18 on the screen, but literally I didn't have much of a setup because I'm like 9 years old. I can't buy anything, and all I had was a PS4, a TV on a very old, I guess you can call it a dresser, and a cable box. That's literally all I had back in 2017. Not much of a setup. Let's move on to the next one. Alright guys, so we are now in the year 2020, and now I'm at like 10-11 years old, and we actually moved houses. So in this setup, you can actually see I actually have a mouse now. It's a cheap mouse from Five Below, and I have a keyboard that is missing keys, as you can see right there. But I was just happy to have a keyboard and mouse, and I don't even think I had a PC yet. I think I had my PS4 and I went on a web browser and literally watched YouTube so it would look like I had a PC. As you can see right here, I'm watching clips. So yeah, and I also was in that whole RGB phase. Everybody goes to that phase whenever they're having their gaming setup. So yeah, this was my gaming setup in 2020. It wasn't really much, but I loved it at the time. Like, I thought it was amazing. So let's go ahead and let's move on to the next setup. Let's see it. All right guys, so fast forward 2 years, we are now in the year 2022, and as you can see, my setup has changed a lot. I am now 13 years old, or around that age, officially a teenager. I know that. And as you can see, my setup changed a lot. I got a monitor for Christmas as a Christmas present, and I had the TV and I didn't know what to do with it, but I always wanted multiple displays. So I just used the TV as a second display, but I didn't have anything to put it on, so I just let it link against my wall, which was stupid because it messed up my wall. But anywho, I was just happy to have multiple displays and a PC. I actually got a PC recently too, around this time, so I was also happy about that. I have some great grandparents that bought me, like, literally, I'm pretty sure everything in this setup, as you can see. So yeah, but overall I still have the same peripheral, same keyboard, mouse, and mouse pad. I play controller on Fortnite still. I wish I had the video still on my channel, but I don't. But I was still playing controller on Fortnite, and I had this cheap, what the freak, I just stuttered. I had these cheap Buka Five Below headsets. It was so uncomfortable. Like, it was so uncomfortable. I do not recommend getting that, but I was just happy to have a setup. So this is my setup in the year 2022. Let's go ahead and let's look at the next setup. All right guys, so the next setup that we have, there isn't much that's changed. It's pretty much still the same, except I actually started saving up my own money. I didn't have a job, but I started saving up money through birthdays or any pennies that I collected on the ground. Literally anything that I could do to save up, I saved up. And I eventually got my own keyboard. That was actually my first ever Amazon purchase, was a keyboard. So as you can see, I actually have my own keyboard now, and I have a different mouse, a HyperX something mouse. I don't remember what it was called, but I knew it was a HyperX mouse. And as you can see, I actually have a podcast or streaming microphone now. This is the Fine. I don't even remember what microphone it was, but it was a Fine microphone, and I absolutely loved it. But other than that, my setup was pretty much the same, just a podcast microphone and a different keyboard and mouse. Everything else was still the same. So let's move on to the next year. Let's go. All right guys, so now we are in the year 2023, and as you can see, still nothing much has really changed. I'm around maybe 14, 15, or 16, somewhere around that age at this point. And as you can see, nothing much has changed, other than I have a monitor mount now. As you can see, that thing right there, and I moved my mic from up top to like the side, like kind of how like you see this microphone right now, and a different mouse pad. That's pretty much it. Around this time, I really started getting into YouTube, not too much taking it seriously, but just kind of doing it for fun, as you can see, because I tried streaming on Twitch right there, as you can see on the top left, or just the left in general. So yeah, I was kind of having fun with streaming on Twitch to my 2 viewers and uploading funny YouTube videos about Fortnite here and there. It was pretty cool, but my setup didn't really change that much at all. So let's go ahead and let's see the net setup. All right guys, so for the net setup, we are still in the same year, the year 2023, but I had turned 15 years old and I had got my first job, and I still work at that job to this day as a 17-year-old. And since I got my first job, I was able to get more stuff to upgrade my setup to. As you can see, I got a new keyboard now, and I actually bought my own monitor for the first time, and I also bought a dual monitor mount so I can mount both of the monitors side by side. And I had my PC on the floor, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, and I also moved my desk around, but everything was pretty much a little bit still the same. It changed some, but not too much, not a big change, just little changes, you know. But you'll see my setup changed a lot, especially since I got a job now and I can actually buy and afford my own things. So let's go ahead and get into the net setup. I just said let's go ahead twice in a row. Let's get into the net setup. All right, so now for the net setup, like I said, we're still in the same year, the year 2023. Minor changes, nothing big, just minor changes. Literally the only thing that really changed was I made the monitor vertical, because I didn't like how uneven the monitor was, because they were both 2 different sizes. So one of them was a little bit taller and one of them was a little bit shorter, and I didn't like that. So I took the vertical route and I just did that, and doing that freed up a little bit more room on my desk. So I put my PC all the way back here. The airflow was horrible, by the way. I should not have done that. But like I said, as you can see, when I have my job, you'll see stuff start to change a little bit more. And I actually bought, I'm pretty sure this was the Logitech G Pro Wireless. I have this mouse still right here, and this mouse was, I'm pretty sure, $110, $120 at the time. So spending that much on a mouse was kind of crazy to me. But I still loved it. I loved the mouse, I loved the setup. Nothing too much changed. So let's go ahead and let's get into the net setup. All right guys, so for the net setup, we are in the year 2024, where big changes to my setup really started to happen. And I don't know if you are an OG, then you will remember this. I actually did a video on this setup. This was a setup tour, as a 16-year-old setup tour or whatever. This was what kind of took my channel off and what made me go more into the tech content and stuff like that than rather Fortnite content and stuff like that. And so as you can see, my setup, it did change a lot. Not a lot, but it changed some. We have a way bigger desk. Like the desk is a lot bigger than what we had before. And we have a new boom arm, and we have a new headset. We have pudding kit. A lot, but little bit has changed. I don't know if that makes sense. But I had got this desk off of Amazon. I still have this desk and I'm looking to upgrade it soon. But I had got the desk off of Amazon because I needed some more room. And we had also got a boom arm like thingy, whatever these things, whatever they are. Well, that's what it's called. It's called a boom arm. I literally just said it. And we have this headset, as you can see it back here. We have an Amazon Alexa and Google, and we had putting keycaps on the keyboard. And yeah, that's pretty much it really. If you want to check out the video is still on my channel if you want to check out the setup tour. But yeah, this setup, I was very proud of this setup. And like I said, when I did this video, this is what kind of took my channel off and what really started me to really focus on YouTube a little bit more than usual, because I was like, dang, okay, this is actually kind of fun and it's actually kind of cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into the net setup. All right, so boom, as you can see, my setup is changed a lot now. We now have 3 monitors in the setup, and we now actually have an actual PC. We had a PC before, but that one was a pre-built. This PC I actually built myself, and I still have to this day. Just made a little bit of changes inside of the PC. And if you want to see how I built this PC, the video's up on my channel if you want to go check it out. But as you can see, overall my setup has changed a lot. We have 3 monitors now, and I'm pretty sure that's really it. 3 monitors. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that's changed, and we got an actual PC. And like I said, in 2024, you'll see my setup change a lot because my job has started paying me very good. And being a 16-year-old, you don't have no bills to pay. Of course, what else am I going to spend it on? And that's what a lot of people talk to me about. Well, was typing in the comments, they was like, how do you afford this setup? You have mommy and daddy money, this, that, blah 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 blah. No, I worked for this setup. Now in the beginning, yes, they did pay for it, but since I had a job, I paid for it myself because as a kid you don't have no bills to pay, so it's going to go to what I want it to go to. So that's how I afford the setup for those of you grown men who be clowning a kid in the comment section. So yeah, but like I said, really only two things changed. We got a monitor and a better PC. Oh, and a mouse pad. Of course, a mouse pad. We got a mouse pad. I had got this off of Amazon. The mouse pad, I don't even know what it's called. I think I just searched up swirly mouse pad and this came up, linked me to Amazon, and I bought it from Amazon. And the monitors, both my monitors are Acer monitors, and of course the monitor that's on the right side was an off-brand monitor, of course. But I had eventually switched to 250 hertz rather than being on 144 or 165 hertz. So that was a big jump too. Also, I actually got a lot better in Fortnite. I started going pro in Fortnite, and I won a couple tournaments here and there. But yeah, that's my setup. Let's go ahead and let's look at the other setup. All right, guys. So the next setup that we have, it's literally just the same thing. I don't have much to say about the setup. Only difference is, as you can see, we just changed the wallpapers and we switched the mouse pad. It's back to the old mouse pad. And I had turned my PC around. That's literally it. Everything else is still the exact same. So let's go ahead and let's go to the next setup. All right, guys. So here is the next setup. And nothing much has really changed. All I did was take the setup from over here and move it to the other side of my room. And literally that's it. I swapped the mouse pad in and out again, as you can see. And I had also got an actual triple monitor mount for 3 monitors, because I don't know if you can tell beforehand, I didn't have one. I had a dual monitor mount, and I took a single monitor mount and I mounted it on some type of like extra desk. I put a picture up somewhere, but that's what I did. So I finally, it looks a little bit better than usual. So that's pretty much all I did, was move my setup around. And we added a PS5 to the setup. I had bought me a PS5, and around this time I'm finna get monetized from YouTube. I'm getting closer and closer to getting monetized from YouTube, so I was actually picking up a little bit more traction than usual. So I was going a little bit more harder on YouTube. Pause, that did not sound right. But on a real note, I did start taking YouTube a little bit more seriously, and you'll see, you can tell like when I'm getting my YouTube paycheck and I'm getting a work paycheck, because I was able to buy some more stuff within my setup. So let's go ahead and let's see the other setup. All right, guys, so fast forward to the beginning of 2025. I'm 16, 17 around this point, whatever. Who the freak cares about my age? Okay, I'm either 16 or 17. Anywho, the setup changed a lot, as you can see. It didn't really change that much. I just moved my setup again, and I made it to where you can't really see the pole sticking up as much. And really all I did was get an iPad, and that's pretty much it, and kind of moved stuff around. You can see that I changed my gaming PC because we have that AIO, we have RGB cable strips and stuff like that. The inside of my gaming PC changed a lot. I got a new chair. Because the other chair was horrible, which it is actually back there, as you can see it right over there. It was a red and black gaming chair. It was horrible. Like, it was honestly horrible. So I had to upgrade, and I had to get a new chair. It was just time for a new chair. But overall, my setup just didn't change much compared to the last one. I started the New Year's off hot by releasing, I think, 2 or 3 videos back to back within the span of, I think, a month. So we started out 2025 hot. I was happy to be getting paid off of YouTube, finally monetized off of YouTube. And I was also getting a work paycheck, so money was just kind of rolling in, I'm not gonna lie, and I loved it. So overall, my setup pretty much became my dream gaming setup. It didn't really change too much because there's really nothing too much that I want for my setup now that I have pretty much everything that I want. So let's go ahead and let's see what my setup looks like right now, today, at this very moment. Let's see it. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is my gaming setup as of right now in 2025 July. It's July of 2025 and this is my gaming setup. And I just graduated high school and I'm finna go to college. I graduated as a 17-year-old. I'm supposed to still be in high school, but I'm not. So yeah, going to college as a 17-year-old. Anywho, this is what my current gaming setup looks like. I'm editing right now, so I have me some fire snacks. Those are fire. I love those. But that's what my gaming PC looks like, guys. I'm still sick, so don't mind my voice. But yeah, as you can see, my setup didn't really change too much. Got the gaming chair right here. I changed the boom arm, and I got a new monitor, which was from a sponsorship, and this gaming chair, which was also from a sponsorship. So that's pretty much it, guys. My setup didn't really change that much, and I also, of course, got a new mouse because that one was getting worn out. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have a gaming setup, no matter if it looks like mine or better than mine, or if you gaming on the TV, guys, keep going, guys. Keep going, follow your dreams, because you will never know what's going to happen in life. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Most definitely subscribe. Join the Discord server. And I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Peace.